Alright, so just as a quick refresher from yesterday, we are always looking for the numbers that will multiply to get the last number. So multiply to get negative 12, which is where we got this. And we'll add to get whatever's in front of here, which this time it's an understood 1. So that's what we're looking for. So factors of 12. If we need a negative number, what kind of numbers are we going to multiply? 1 negative, 1 positive. Okay, what are some numbers that will multiply to give you 12? 4 and 3. I heard 1 and 12, that will. 4 and 3. Any others? Or do you want to try those first? Yeah, we got to have some negatives. Let's make the 1 negative and the 3 negative. Negative 1 plus 12 is what? 11. Is that what I'm looking for? No. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm going to cross it out. I don't want that. Okay. What is negative 3 plus 4? It's what? Is that what I want? Then I'm going to take that and write my factors. How do I write them then? What if you wrote x minus 3 then x plus 4? You're right, it does not matter. Okay, so that's your quick refresher, and we're going to do number 3 as well. You're supposed to be looking for numbers that multiply to give you the end number and add to give you the middle number. So we're going to make a chart for this one as well. You don't really need a huge chart for this one because there's actually only one factor of 3 because it's prime. Alright, multiply to get what number? Add to get... Okay, what numbers multiply to give you 3? 1 times 3 is the only 1. What is 1 plus 3? We do have to make sure it does add because it is possible sometimes that they won't factor. I don't think you're going to see one of those today, but there are some that don't factor. Alright, so how do I write my factors? X plus 1, x plus 3, or x plus 3, x plus 1. Alright, I'm going to write down a couple more I want you to try. We're only doing 6 total on this page. Remember, you're not writing on that right side where we folded yet. Number 4 is x squared minus 13x plus 12. And number 5 is x squared minus x minus 56. Zoom down so you can see that one. So try those two. Now set a timer for that. Yeah, but there's only one. So. Okay. So we could multiply to get 12, not 13. That's what some of you are doing or switching them. And add to get negative 13. Now, if I need to get a negative number when I add, what am I going to multiply? 2 negatives. All right, what are factors of 12? 2, negative 2, and negative 6. What is negative 2 plus negative 6? It's not negative 13. It's negative 8. Okay, what else did somebody try? Negative 1 and negative 12. A lot of people forget 1. What is negative 1 plus negative 12? Negative what? Is that what I wanted? Sometimes people will forget that 12 exists. Okay? I mean, not 12, but 1. That 1 is a factor. X minus 1, x minus 12. Or x minus 12, x minus 1. Alright, we're going to do number 5. What is the middle number for number 5? Negative 1. Okay, so we are adding to get... Not adding. We're multiplying to get what number? multiply to get negative 56, add to get negative 1. How many numbers did you try? You just tried one number? Did anybody try like a whole bunch of them? You kept typing them in and typing them in. Some of you are probably at the point where you're like, I don't want to keep writing them, so I just type them in and then figure it out. Because, I mean, that's what I'd probably do too. I wouldn't want to keep listing them. This is one, though, that sometimes you have to go through a lot. Like, you have to actually take 56 and divide it and see if it really worked. Sometimes people have to do that too. All right, what are some numbers that will go into negative 56? 8 and 7. 8 times 7 is positive 56. Negative 8 plus 7 is what? Okay, negative 1. So how would you write these? Okay, I'm going to pull my calculator out and show you something, because if you can't find these numbers, that's your whole problem. That's all you're doing. If I don't know, and like you might get some later that are like 430 or something. Not today, you will tomorrow. If I don't know what numbers will go into 56, I just start trying. Negative 56, I know 1 is 1, but negative 56 plus 1 is not negative 1. So negative 56, then I could divide by 2. Well, what's 2 plus negative 28? Not what I need. And I would just keep going. Negative 56 divided by 3. That's not a factor. Negative 56 divided by 4. Okay, if I add those together, I get negative 10. That's not what I'm looking for. I would just keep going all the way down until I find something that works. 5 didn't. 6 doesn't. 7 does. So, 7 plus negative 8, which is what you guys said, negative 1. So if you don't know, if you get to a point where you have no idea, just divide 1, then divide 2, then 3, then 4. Just go down the list until you find something that works. All right. The last one we're going to factor before we go back and solve is number 6. So we write down number 6. It's the last one on that half. X squared minus 7x plus 10. Let's see. What will divide or go into positive 10 that would give us a negative 7? Negative 2 times negative 5. What is negative 2 plus negative 5? So that works. Then how do I write my factors? Alright, we're going to go back and solve these. You don't realize it yet, but solving these is actually a review. That's why I kind of skipped it for now. I need you to understand how we got the factors and not bog you down in solving it too. On your assignment today, you're not going to solve, you're just going to factor, but you need to know that you can solve. If you just hold your notebook, where it is, but if you take and flip back one page to the zero product property, where we had them set up as factors, how did we solve them? Yeah, we wrote them as just like a one-step equation. We set them equal to 0, right? Because we were looking for the zeros. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. So that's why we didn't go and do it at the same time. We kind of needed to understand how to factor, but now we know how to solve these. So we're going to go back up here. We've drawn this line. We're going to go over here and solve number 1. We're looking for the zeros, remember? So what do we do with each of these? So we've got x minus 2 equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0. So you know how to do that. When we had the zero product property, what did we do from here? Added 2. Okay, so x equals and add 3, so x equals 3. You will need to know, which is why we made a big line, the difference between when it says factor. If it says factor, this is the answer. If it says solve, this is the answer. Okay? I want you to do number 2, and number 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and I'm going to ask you for the answers in a minute. There was a reason that we did that zero product property, and now I think you see it. Makes solving a lot easier when we get to it. So we're just taking these and setting them equal to 0, our factors. Because your factors are your zeros, or x-intercepts, or roots. Whether you actually solved them or just decided, oh hey, it's the opposite, which is what solving is, the opposite operation. What did you guys get for number 2? X equals negative 4, x equals positive 3. Right, how about number 3? Negative 3, negative 1. Again, the order of them does not matter. Yeah, hang on, I was writing down the equations. Just in case. So x minus 1 equals 0, x minus 12 equals 0, and you guys said it was what? X equals 1, x equals 12, and then x minus 8 equals 0, x plus 7 equals 0. So what were our solutions? Alright, and x minus 2 equals 0, x minus 5 equals 0, so your solutions were 2 and 5. Alright, so recognize the difference. Your homework today just says factor, not solve. But it's nice to know you can. Don't you guys miss one-step equations? Can you remember when life was that easy? I don't. It's been a very long time, but I hear what you're saying. Alright, your work today is on a worksheet. You've got a lot of time in class today because you need to ask questions if you need to, okay?